In the quiet expanse between Mars and Jupiter, where the asteroid belt drifts in an ancient dance of cosmic debris, a routine sweep by the James Webb Space Telescope uncovered something that defied explanation. The belt, a sprawling ring of rocks, left over from the solar system's chaotic birth, is a place of predictable chaos, chunks of stone and metal tumbling in orbits shaped by gravity's unyielding grip. Yet, on this particular scan, something broke the rhythm. A faint signal, barely a whisper in the telescope's infrared gaze, flickered into view. It wasn't a comet trailing icy dust, nor an asteroid reflecting the sun's distant light. It was something else, something that pulsed with a rhythm that felt alive. The James Webb, perched 1,000,000 miles from Earth at the second Lagrange point, was built to peer into the universe's infancy, capturing light from stars born billions of years ago. Its near-infrared camera, a marvel of precision, was scanning a dense patch of the asteroid belt to catalog primordial materials when it caught this anomaly. The object was small, no larger than a city block, but its presence was undeniable. It glowed not with a borrowed sheen of sunlight, but with an internal luminescence, a soft, shifting light that danced across its surface like liquid fire. Mission Control, nestled in Baltimore, buzzed with cautious excitement. Initial checks ruled out a glitch. The signal held steady across multiple exposures, its spectral signature consistent in near-infrared and mid-infrared bands. This wasn't in any catalog, not NASA's database of near-Earth objects, not the Minor Planet Center's exhaustive lists, not even the archives of amateur astronomers. The object's trajectory was all wrong, too fast for an asteroid, too deliberate for a comet. It moved with a purpose, weaving through the belt's crowded lanes, avoiding collisions with a precision that seemed almost calculated. Its speed clocked at over 50 kilometers per second, far outpacing the sluggish drift of typical asteroids. Spectroscopic data only deepened the mystery. The object's surface hinted at materials unknown to natural celestial bodies, resembling advanced ceramics, traces of elements that mimicked synthetic alloys. Stranger still, it emitted faint microwave bursts, irregular but patterned, like a heartbeat encoded in radio waves. Scientists scrambled to make sense of it. Was it a fragment of some forgotten human probe, a relic from an early space mission gone astray? The Apollo program, Voyager, or even a classified military satellite? But no record matched its profile. The object's thermal signature suggested internal heat, not the passive warmth of absorbed sunlight. It was generating energy, radiating it in controlled pulses, as it threaded through the asteroid belt. It executed maneuvers no natural object could mimic: sharp decelerations, gentle curves. A pause near the massive asteroid series. For 17 minutes, it lingered, rotating smoothly, not tumbling like debris, but spinning with the grace of a gyroscope. Ground-based telescopes, from Mauna Kea to the Atacama Desert, strained to confirm JWST's data. Their images were fuzzier, but the object was there, undeniable, a speck of enigma against the starry void. The pulses grew more complex, not random noise, but structured emissions, layered with harmonics that suggested depth, intention. Analysts at SETI, long accustomed to sifting cosmic static for meaning, pored over the data. The signals weren't in any human code, no binary, no Morse, but they carried a cadence, a rhythm that felt deliberate. Some compared it to whale song, others to the intricate patterns of a fractal. One physicist, half-joking, called it a cosmic sonata. The object's surface, as revealed by JWST's spectrometer, showed more anomalies: smooth, panel-like structures, edges that looked machined, protrusions that could be sensors or antennae. Nothing about it screamed natural. Yet it wasn't broadcasting a clear message, not hailing Earth or announcing its presence. It was silent, save for those enigmatic pulses as the object approached the orbit of Pallas, another giant of the asteroid belt. It did something extraordinary. It stopped, not slowed, not drifted, it halted, suspended in the vacuum as if anchored by an invisible force. For 23 minutes, it remained motionless, its glow intensifying, shifting from pale blue to a deep violet. Then, without warning, it accelerated, climbing out of the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where the planets orbit. This wasn't a path any natural body would take. It required energy, immense energy, yet there were no signs of propulsion, no exhaust plumes, no chemical burns, no ion trails. The object simply moved, as if defying the laws of physics with quiet confidence. NASA's mission team made a bold call. They redirected JWST's fine steering mirror, overriding its automated schedule to track the object. It was a gamble. Minutes spent chasing this mystery was a minute lost on distant galaxies, but the stakes felt monumental. The telescope followed the object as it crossed the belt, its instruments capturing every detail. The spectral data grew stranger, layered materials, some absorbing light in ways that suggested engineered surfaces, others emitting faint electromagnetic fields. The object's path was now clear. It was heading beyond the asteroid belt toward the outer solar system, angling above Jupiter's orbit. Speculation ran wild. Some scientists proposed it was a new type of celestial body, a natural object with properties never seen before. Others whispered about artificial origins of probe, perhaps not from Earth but from somewhere else. The idea was audacious, but the data was hard to dismiss. The object's behavior, its controlled motion, its pauses, its signals mimicked intelligence, yet it made no attempt to communicate, no effort to engage. It was a silent observer, passing through with a purpose. Only it understood. As it neared the edge of the asteroid belt, the object emitted a final dazzling burst of light, not a flare, not an explosion, but a focused pulse of energy, pure and directionless, like a beacon fired into the void. JWST's sensors strained to capture it, recording a spike in ultraviolet and gamma wavelengths. Then, just as suddenly, the object vanished. Not faded, not drifted out of range, it was gone, as if slipping into a fold of space. The telescope's final frames showed nothing but the empty belt. The stars unblinking in the background. The scientific world reeled. Emergency meetings convened at NASA, ESA, and beyond. SETI redirected its arrays to scan for residual signals. The Chinese Academy of Sciences launched a parallel analysis, combing their own telescope data for clues. The object's brief passage challenged everything we thought we knew about the solar system. If something so advanced, so controlled, could slip through the asteroid belt undetected until now, what else might be out there? Archival data from Hubble, Kepler, and even Voyager were dusted off, searched for fleeting anomalies that might have been missed. A few tantalizing hints emerged in unexplained blips from decades past, but nothing conclusive. The object left no debris, no trail of gas or dust. Its signals, those layered pulses, were recorded but undeciphered. Linguists, cryptographers, and even musicians joined the effort, each seeing patterns where others saw noise. One theory held that the pulses were navigational, a way for the object to map its path through the belt. Another suggested they were data bursts, transmitting observations to an unknown receiver. A few bold voices proposed it was a scout, a precursor to something larger, though they were quickly drowned out by calls for caution. The asteroid belt, once a mundane relic of the solar system's youth, now felt like a frontier. The object's passage forced a reckoning. Our catalogs, our models, our assumptions about what's out there were incomplete. If this was artificial, it implied a presence, perhaps a civilization far beyond our reach. If it was natural, it revealed a gap in our understanding of physics, of matter itself. Philosophers weighed in, too. If we were being observed, even passively, it meant we were no longer alone, no longer the sole cartographers of the cosmos. We were part of someone else's map, a footnote in a story we didn't write. The data from JWST is now a treasure trove, a puzzle for generations. Every frame, every spectrum, every pulse is being dissected by astronomers, engineers, and dreamers. The object didn't crash, didn't land, didn't speak. It simply passed through, a fleeting visitor in a universe too vast to comprehend. Its silence was its message, its presence, its proof. For now, the stars are quiet again, but the questions it left behind echo louder than ever. What was it? Where did it come from? And if it was only a glimpse, what waits beyond the horizon?